God, we welcome you here this meeting this evening. We look for your guidance. We hope for it, expect it. We thank you for your grace and your mercy in our lives, and we ask you to be in our hearts and minds as this business meeting of the College Board of Trustees goes forth. We trust you, we love you, we thank you, we look forward to your will being done in all things. In Jesus' name, amen.
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 That done, we'll call the meeting to order. It's now shortly past 6 o'clock. We'd like to recognize our guests, who are Ramiro Lee Flores, Jacqueline Gonzalez, Mark Underwood, Julia Riza Luis, Lori Compton Betty, Lisa Ermis, Randa Shell, Roxana Linan, Julio Alexis Gonzalez, Christine Chapoy, Martha E. Reyna Lopez, Wade Carpenter, Aida Escamilla, Silvia Quintero, Rosa Rodriguez, Denise Martinez, Danielle Vasquez, Ruby Casares, Chad Arabedian, April Ruman, Monica Gallegos, Aubrey Haynes, and Connie Buchanan. Is there anybody I've missed? Our policeman didn't sign in.
Robert Moss.
Robert Moss. Welcome to the meeting. Do we have an audience for patrons?
Yes, sir. Mr. Riso.
Good evening. My name is Jesse Riso. I lost a family member on May 24th, and of course most of us probably heard today that the DOJ report came out, and we come in good faith to have a discussion. Two of your employees were named, specifically named in that report, as being leaders that responded. They don't specifically say that they responded part of the college, but they responded as constables. And my concern is that the individuals that are named in Fields and in Zamora actually work here. They teach the courses. They participate in teaching the courses. And I know it's too early to discuss this in detail. We haven't had a chance to process the entire DOT report and the specifics. And I say that I come in good faith because I care about the college just as much as we all care about this college. I came to school here a long time ago, and the college has been very generous to the families and to the community, and opened the doors and provided us with food and meeting spaces. And Dr. Gonzalez and his wife have been generous to us, but I think it's very difficult when we have to look at ourselves and look at our processes and the employees that we have with this, and we have to make some tough decisions at one point or another. So I come here on behalf of myself and some of the families, and just as a courtesy, and maybe once y'all get a chance to look over this review, maybe it would be added to the next agenda as a topic of discussion or something to see where we go from here. So I appreciate y'all's time.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Possibly we could have you visit us next month.
Sorry, Doctor?
Possibly you would come again next month once we've had a chance to review the report.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Next on the list is the President's report.
Yes, sir. Item number 4 in your packet. I'll begin with the comments made. I did have a conversation with Mr. Riso earlier today, and in that conversation, I just downloaded the report this afternoon. We'll go through it and read it in detail and see where if there are shortcomings. Really, prepare a report, a summary for our board where it would impact the training aspect of our academy, because obviously they responded as constables, but we do employ them as our faculty in a law enforcement academy. So give us time to digest it. I'll say it's like 500-600 pages and prepare a summary as to it impacts our institution, and then we can go from there. And I'll give a courtesy copy to Mr. Riso before we do that, just so see if we came up with the same concerns, and then we go from there. The other, going on to the formal report, the tech expansion. Phase 1 is progressing nicely. We've been installing the base pads for the warehouse and the power line buildings. The drainage improvement for the daycare area and the new warehouse, all is coming along. We had a meeting earlier this week with our state vendor for the metal building. He was on site and assessed it. Once we get done with our base material, we'll take a PSI sampling and send it to his engineer so they can design the appropriate foundation for the building. And also, we continue to assess what's going to be the best alternative for Phase 2, which is the Eagle Pass portion of the tech expansion. Right now, it looks like pulling truck driving out of the Chittum Center and placing it on the 18 acres that are vacant right now. Chittum Center is very congested as it is, and then adding new programs and even having the truck traffic there is probably not ideal. So we're thinking of moving that to the 18 acres. We're still debating the new programs if we backfill on the Chittum Center or take them to the 18 acres. So that's kind of where we're at on Phase 2. Academics, we have our spring semester is first week of classes was this week. We had convocation the week before. Dorm move-ins were a little slow last week, but I guess picked up during the weekend. Had a meeting that we hosted on the 9th between Middle Rio Grande Workforce Board and the Texas Workforce Commission, and myself and Ms. Ruman. And with the goal to see what we can do to expand access to state training dollars for the employers in our region. So we have some ideas. We're working on some of those, and also they're going to host an economic development summit. I'm not sure where, Uvalde, Pasto Rio, probably one of those 3 sites, to get everybody on board and talk about some of these opportunities. The Workforce Board and Texas Workforce Commission are, the ones kind of leading that charge there. And also, the Texas Economic Development Council asked me to be a panelist on their winter conference, February 21st to the 23rd. That's in San Antonio. So I've agreed to share how the new HB8 funding impacts community colleges and can be leveraged to expand workforce development within the communities that we serve. Then we had stock shows. VP Mata took on Zavala County. Ms. Buchanan couldn't make Real County, but Ms. Bonnie Herndon took care of that, and then I plan to be there on the 27th for the Uvalde. And that's really all I have, Mr. Chairman, as far as the President's report.
Next on our agenda is to consider and act on consent agenda. Minutes of December 14th meeting. Does anybody have any corrections or additions to the minutes? Quarterly investment report. Any questions there? Financial statement as of December 31st, 23. Any questions?
I'll go ahead and make a motion that we approve the consent agendas
For all 3 items.
for all 3 items. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion passed. Reports. Next on the list, we have reports from Refrigeration Air Conditioning Program report. Do we have a representative to come speak with us?
Mr. Lee Flores will present the report. It's too far.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I should just-
Yeah, you could give me the glasses. See, now it's on.
Do escape and see what happens. There you
Isn't that a begin slide presentation?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Go to file maybe?
Where?
There you go.
I can't read it from here anyway.
I can't either.
From beginning. There you go. From beginning to far
go.
left. There you go.
Okay, there we go. Now we're working. Okay. This is an air conditioning refrigeration program. We have 3 instructors. We have Andre Rojas. He does the dual credit in Del Rio. He teaches, like I said, the dual credit. It's a program, and I'll explain it a little bit more. Antonio Reese is here. He teaches the beginners, our first year class, and he teaches the dual credit here at the high school for Uvalde. Myself, I teach the second year program and the first year program in Hondo, a night class that we have. So we've expanded, we've gotten bigger. So let's see. That's it. That's Andre right there. Those are his classes he teaches. The way it's broken down is that HVAC 1 is CETT electrical, and it's for the whole year for sophomores. They start as sophomores with doing nothing but electrical. When they turn to juniors, seniors are in that one. That is principles of refrigeration and refrigerators, window units and stuff at that. One's in the fall, one's in the spring. The third one, when they're seniors and they'll complete the whole program, and when they graduate, they'll have that 1-year certificate, and they can jump straight into the second year program. So it's a feeder for our program, and it's starting to pick up now. And he teaches, it's all air conditioning classes in there. It's just, the way it works is the beginning of the semester, and then they finish right before midterm. Then they have another one that goes from midterm till spring break, and then from spring break to the end of the semester. So that's the dual credit. That's how that one is working. And that's what he teaches over there. He's been there for, I believe, 2 years now. So he's taken over, and it's improved greatly since he's been there. This is Tony's, what he's teaching, it's the same as Andre. The dual credit works in the same principles as it does, but then he teaches also the basic level, which is the electrical, the heart, and the mirror in the fall, and then he does all the heart air conditioning in the spring. And so he's teaching, right now we're teaching 2 classes because we can't find anybody qualified to help us out. And that's the problem. We don't have enough people to come in and help us out that want to teach right now. And that's my picture, and I do the basic and the advanced level, so I'm teaching both. Like I said, the advanced program, it's expanded greatly because the last 3 years we've gone from 5 to 8 students. Now we're at 23 students in the second year. So it's a bigger class, a lot bigger class, a lot more enthusiasm in there, and the students are picking up. But that's also comes from those feeder classes, that dual credit and the classes that are coming in, and then from the Hondo class that comes in. So that's helped bring the program up in the last 3 years. So that's where we're getting bigger, so that's the good thing, a good problem. Here's this, it's the dashboard stuff. I'm really not too good on what it is. It just explains the way it works. This one is enrollment by gender. So mainly right now we have, the majority is male students. We have some female students, We are looking into, we found a group, a women's HVAC union type deal, that they're willing to give scholarships to females if we can get them in. They'll give them $1,000 per semester to come in, but they have to sign up with that group. So that's where we're having a little leeway, because they don't want to budge on something, and we're not going to force them to join their union if they don't want to do that. So it's
Where's
now
the
it's-
union based? Where are they from?
it's nationwide, so they'll help them find a job anywhere in the country. So that's the problem. I mean, for us, it's not a problem, but if they join, then they have to go wherever they send them in that union. So that's the issue
Yeah.
that I'm having with them, because most of if a female does join, she probably has family here and she's not going to want to leave. That's been the problem when we do have females that join the class. They're doing it to get an office job or work in the warehouse, do supplies, do this technical support, because they're very good at verbalizing when they know what parts they're talking about, and they can demonstrate and talk to tech support wise like that. So a lot of them, the last 2 females that we had, that's what they do now. They're tech support. So they can explain it because they learned the system. They know how it works.
Yeah. I remember with our auto body that we had a couple of females in there and
Right.
said, well, what are they doing in there? But basically, they were there because they were wanting to become experts at estimating and all that kind of stuff, to work for insurance companies to assess vehicles that were damaged and all that kind of stuff, not actually do the
Yeah.
hands-on, car repair, so.
Correct. And that's what
That's
most
kinda
of
what that's going
our
on.
females do. They come in and they turn to technical support, or they work in the warehouse, or they're just in an office doing, but since they know the field, what they're doing, they know how to explain it to
Sure.
somebody, and they can do it and that's what they're looking for. So, but that's that one. The rest of them, this is the ethnicities, the groups, and it's broken down. And then first time in college. Now this is all given. I didn't do none of this. This is all from Ryan. He sent this for the dashboards. Don't think I sat here and did all this. I don't got that much time. So. And then this one is the credit structure, the enrollment, the ethnicity again, and then pie charted gender, and it's just breaking it down another way. Pell recipients, and most of our students, they get some type of Pell, or they get financial aid or something.
So I have a question. So at the end of the second year of the program, does, I guess the certificate that they attain, does that enable them to obtain any kind of state licensing, or?
No. What happens is, at the end of there, what the state is doing is, if they complete the 2 years, because you have to have 5 years to get your state license. So if they do the 2 years, or they get their associates, if they go for their associates, the state will allow them to automatically go and apply. If they just do the 2 years, they still have to work 2 years in the field
Under another?
under a licensed contractor. So it helps, it benefits them to take the class because it gives them a shortcut.
So, if someone wants to complete the whole program, how many actual classes of instruction is it for over 2 years?
That's,
It's 15 hours to complete the Associate of Arts beyond the technical, or 18.
that's at 62.
15.
62, right? 60? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well, but the associates is 60-something hours, right? But I'm saying of instruction in that field is how many hours? Because if...
45, 46.
45.
Okay, that's all, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 45. So yeah, so in the second year, they do internship. So we also get them employed with somebody. So they go and do the 28 hours of on-the-job training, and then by that time they'll get hired. And we've had, I'll say, 70% that get hired, and then some that just say, no, yeah, I don't know, like, they're like, no, that's not what I thought it was gonna be. And it's like,
And they get paid during that training?
sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but they have to complete the 128 hours to get their degree.
It depends on who you put them with, whether they
Right,
want to pay them or not.
And they usually find somebody, but if they don't find somebody, we find them. I'll go out and look for somebody to put them with, or and place them with. So, and if we can't find anybody that wants to take them because their insurance or something like that, since I have my own company and Tony has his own company, we'll take the ones that nobody's willing to take a chance with. And it's either something to do with physical or with the student, that they don't want to take the chance.
What kind of salaries do they make?
Right now, our students, the basic, if they go to San Antonio, they're between 22 to 28 when they finish. Right now, we've had, the last 2 years, we've had them go with the major companies, Daikin and Train and them, and they're making, right now, the last 3 guys that I've talked to, they call me all the time. They're making $45 an hour. So they're doing very well. And they're,
With benefits?
yes, they got their benefits, they're doing, so they're happy in the choice they made, and they're enjoying it. So they call me and tell me, hey, I got this, or hey, do this, and I keep up with them. So, and they come by and they tell me what they're doing. We have one student, he's an inspector in San Antonio, and he's always calls me and says, hey, do you know this role? Do you know? I'm like, I know that role, yes. You know, you got to keep this up. You got to tell the student. I was like, yes, I know.
Okay, I got you, I got
If
you.
they go that way, I'll let them know. I'll tell them to call you. So,
How much difference is commercial, to learn commercial, and is that a
Commercial-
different field or something?
yeah, it's a different entity. It's its own residential air. It's simple and it's got its own unique style, but commercial, you're dealing with different pressures, different equipment, and it's a lot of standing around because you got to wait for the sequence of the operation of the units. We have one student that a company from Laredo, right? McAllen, Crimson, they came all the way out here because they heard about our program, and they hired 2 students right off the bat. They work for them right now. If you come by in the mornings, you'll see his Crimson van that he's driving because he earned his spot now. So we're getting recognized out there, and it's good. It's a good feeling to see them go out there. So there's some of the stuff the students do. We built that ceiling simulator since we can't let them hang from the ceiling. They built that, the students built that, they put sheetrock on it, and what it is they learn how to crawl through the attic carrying their equipment. And as you see, one of the students didn't know how to walk on the ceiling, so he fell through.
Get hurt.
Yeah, so and he didn't get hurt, so it's safe that way. So that's one of the little things that they made so that they can simulate that. And then here's the grilling with the president, one of our students that won last year. So
Of the
And then-
23 students, how many are first year, how many are second year?
first year students, we have 18.
18?
And my second year students, I have 23. Hondo, I have 10. Your dual credit, you have 6 right now? 5? 5, and then Del Rio has, I believe, 13 in total. So,
Good, thank you.
and then to end on one more thing, and you guys can have these. I won Tradesman of the Year for 2023. And so we got the college put in the paper and got more exposure for the students. And so with that, that's where all those companies are coming, because they see that we're doing a great job.
Congratulations.
So here's these for you guys.
Thank you very much. That's an excellent report.
Thank you for the important work you do. That's, programs like yours is what makes our institution wonderful and important to our community. So thank you very much.
You're a real asset.
Y'all have a good.
Thank you. Next on the agenda, we have a daycare center report.
Dame una cachucha.
Ms. Christina Chapoy?
Is she bringing the cake?
Dr.
The
Watkins
president
said
told me you have 2 minutes, so
Not to
get
worry,
started.
I got it covered.
he thought you were bringing cake. It's a binder.
Okay.
And the clock just started. No.
Yeah.
No, I just want to watch on it. Okay.
I'm gonna put a monitor there, right there.
Did it, but it didn't do all of it.
So note for the future, email them ahead of time and we'll have them loaded.
I don't know why it won't let me in.
It's okay. I was just wondering what it said. Well, hello, my name is Christine Chapoy, and I'm just here to share some exciting news that happened to our center this past fall. Our Child Development Center provides developmentally appropriate environment for children. It provides service for children from infant to 12 years of age. Oh, let me go to the next slide. Do I just, okay. That's me. A little bit about our center, what we provide, and the ages that we care for at our center. Our program, we do have infants that we care from 0 to 11 months. We have 4 children. We have age group from 12 months to 17 months. We had 5, but just this past, actually on the 16th this month, we expanded. So now we're caring for 13 children. Yes. We have a toddler 1 room. Ages range from 18 months to 24 months. We have 9 children in there. 24 months to 3 years of age, we have 11 children in there. We have a preschool classroom that ages range from 3 years old to 4, and then another one from 4 to school age. I do want to introduce my staff to you all. Rosa, she is our infant 1 teacher. She's been with us 15 years. Silvia Quintero, she's been with us 10 years. She has an infant 2. We have Miss Ruby. She is with our preschool and after-school children. She's been with us 7 years. Ms. Dell, who is not here today, she's sick. She cares for 3 to 4 years old, and she's been with us 5 years. Ms. Danielle, she cares for 18 months to 2 years of age. She's been with us 9 months. Ms. Marta, who cooks, she's been with us 3 years. The papa lady. Ms. Denise, she's been with us for 2 years. She floats around and is my right hand. Miss Mia, who just recently had her baby, so she's not here with us. She cares for the 2 years old to 3 years old, and she's been with us for 1 year. I should have showed you other pictures, but there they are. So our daily routine at the daycare is we do provide a curriculum for all ages. The curriculum that we do use for our children is called Frog Street. that covers physical, social, emotional, and cognitive areas for each child. And then again, it shows the breakdown, the different age groups. This is what I want to share with you. We just recently, this fall, became NACE accredited. We're very excited about. And the reason I brought this binder today is to show y'all a part of our accreditation. We have 6 binders full of information that they require for us to have to show the evidence. So let me play the video so y'all know what it is. 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Oh, is there volume?
You can boost it there.
Is that it?
No. No. No.
Is that? Oh dear. Let me stop it. Let me stop it.
See
Yeah,
it?
it's a,
It was right there.
go up to the,
I was trying to count, as you were saying, how many students you had or children you had.
Yes. Our child care center right now has a total of 64 children. All of our spots are filled. We do have a wait list that
Oh.
children are on there about 1.5 years. And I do tell them, like, it'll take 1.5 years, and guess what? They'll say, leave me on there until that spot is available. So, you know, we are never lacking children.
go into the screen itself.
Right there.
There you go.
It's all the way up.
It's so precious.
I did. I guess so.
Approximately 2 million early childhood educators who work tirelessly to ensure that all children receive the high-quality education they deserve.
We know that the first 8 years in a child's life is the most important developmental period. So we have a window of opportunity to ensure that all young children have the opportunity to start kindergarten ready to be successful.
I don't think I've ever encountered a national association that has such committed members.
As an education coordinator, and now I'm heading up marketing for my center, NACE has been my backbone through that.
Through its accreditation programs, advocacy efforts, position statements, conferences, and professional development resources, and with a committed membership base across the country and the globe, NACE creates and promotes the standards and knowledge base that define the profession.
Working in a NACE accredited program, it's like a sense of pride that I'm maintaining a high quality program. This is my first year being a part of NACE, and it's something that I see myself being a part of for the rest of my life.
My first experience was attending an annual conference and standing shoulder to shoulder with more early educators I had ever seen in my life. You have NACE friends, and so these are people you might only see once or twice a year, but they become like an extension of your family. I've been in leadership for over 35 years. It's like a family. This organization has equity and diversity. This is the organization that would welcome you in.
As the profession strengthens, NACE will continue to grow its commitment to supporting a diverse, dynamic, appropriately compensated, and respected workforce.
NACE is powerful. NACE is the future.
NACE is professionalism.
NACE is the professional association that early childhood educators can't live without.
Join us in our commitment to providing brighter futures for all young children.
So that's what we are part of now at the Child Development Center. Oh, wait.
Since its inception in
This is
There
the
you
first time we were accredited with NACE?
Me, yes. Ours,
I
that
mean,
I ran this center, yes. I don't know if in the past with Miss Maggie, if it was ever accredited. but it's exciting, you know.
And we're
It's
the only one
something-
in the region.
What was that?
We're the only one in the region.
Right, actually, we found out in
Two.
our region, we're the second one, but in our, here in Uvalde, in our county, we are the first one. So that's very exciting for us.
Where is the second one?
Excuse me?
Where is the second one?
The second one is the Del Rio Base Child Development Center over there.
What happens to the kids that don't get in and they're on the waiting list? They sit home?
No, sir, I'm sure they find other places that they attend until they get the phone call from me that I'm ready for them.
So what limits us from expanding? Seems like there's a big demand. What, is it staff, is it facility, or money?
Money? No. No. Well, our plan, you know, with the approval of the board members, of course, we are already talking about expanding to Del Rio. We really want to go see the building, but of course, you know, it takes a process on how to get there. I ran this grant, the CAMPS grant. I don't know if y'all ever heard of it. It was a child development. We help students in the technical program. We help them pay for childcare fees. We don't have it this semester, but through that, I saw the demand in Eagle Pass, in Del Rio area, where I say, you know what, it's time to expand, you know, something that it helps everybody. It helps the community. It helps our students. It helps, you know, the parents that are, you know, that are our students. Observation hours for child development, you know, because they don't have a facility over there. They have to go look for facilities to go get their observation hours. Now, it depends on the director over there to say, yes, you can come in our facility or not. So sometimes, I don't know the number of students that are in Del Rio. Ms. Compton, do you know?
I have not checked who's all in at what different campus, but yes. So my students that are in the child development program have to find a center that agrees to let them volunteer. They have to sign paperwork saying that it's okay. They abide by our rules. They have a background check. So if we had something in Del Rio or Eagle Pass, it would be like other colleges that have lab schools for their students to go to. They go to one place, they do all their observation hours, and it's associated with the college.
So I put that in y'all's ear. Hopefully y'all are going to say yes to us and we can move forward.
Tell them about your grant.
Oh, yes. So next, so going through this process of NACI, during this time we did receive a grant. It's called the Child Care Relief Fund Grant. We received about a little over $300,000. Okay, so that helped us furnish our facilities, buy better equipment, material, you name it. The process through NACI takes a big chunk of it to be able to create a NACI program for these children. So practically everything in our center right now is brand new, you know. So again, we're very excited of the new things that we brought in, new programs. I mean, we even have a TV outside, technology outside, you know. So we're very excited about.
I have a question.
Yes.
So do students with children get prioritized? Do they, in other words, are they guaranteed a spot for their children if they're students?
Not at this time. We do care for some students that come to us ahead of time. Again, our spots are taken, so it's like we're gonna fit you in if I have the spot, because I wouldn't think it would be fair to.
But what's the
Who's
priority?
eligible?
In other words, how do you? Is it just first come first serve, or is it a?
Yes, sir.
priority
It's a
basis?
first come first serve.
Who's eligible?
Everyone, students.
Anybody? Or
Yes,
is it
sir.
just students and employees?
No, the whole community, students, faculty, staff, and community.
Staff and employees don't get any priorities.
Not at this time.
What, have y'all thought about doing that? I mean, it would seem to me like
Like right now, my
logical
students,
choice of
the percentage that we have right now comes from the community. I don't have many students. I think I have like maybe 8 children that go in, and the rest are community.
No, but what I'm saying is it would seem to me that as an institution, we should prioritize giving spots to people that are students here,
Well,
because they're,
We'll look at it.
okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
So then, here just shows, you know, that we're wanting some upcoming news, the Del Rio and Eagle Pass facilities. You know, to be part of a junior college over there as well.
So
So
you said
that's-
you're looking at expanding to Del Rio maybe, and is there potential also for Eagle Pass to?
We haven't
duplicate?
visited a facility yet. It's just, you know, something we talked about. But hopefully, we do have a building over there.
Is there money to, like you said, you had a $300,000 grant or something?
That ended November 30th, 2023.
But is there money out there that
I
we can
could,
apply for, like if we start doing something in Del Rio Eagle Pass, is there?
Middle Rio Grande is willing to help with the portion. Yes.
So-
The amount, don't know.
So Del Rio, the reason we chose Del Rio, if you recall, we took back a building and a half.
Right.
They're gonna vacate probably another half. So one of the buildings lends itself to a daycare environment with minor modifications. So that's the one that we're looking at for Del Rio. We don't have that ability in Eagle Pass yet, but when the
That
opportunity
happens.
presents itself, then it replaces rent money with daycare money, because it's a revenue generator and at the same time provides a service. And we'll look at that, prioritizing the slots for students and employees, because that would make sense, you know, for the college to, as an added benefit. And we'll figure out how we can accommodate.
And at this point, it's cost effective, but
That's the bottom line.
that's good.
Good job, well done.
Thank you.
Thank you
very
for
much.
presenting that
Yes,
report. We
thank you.
enjoyed that meeting.
Thank you,
All
thank
right.
you.
Next on the agenda, we have consider an act on TSB update 46 policies. There's a huge list attached.
$55,000 through December,
The what?
the daycare.
Oh, wow.
So number 7 in your board pack, the vast majority of these are legal, which is, you know, just update to correspond with the new laws that were passed last session. And of those, the majority have to deal with DEI, the diversity, equity, inclusion that the state prohibited.
taking all that away, right?
Taking it out, the language for that. And then there's some emergency operation plans, discussion. There's one on board training, but nothing really, anything major that changes the scope other than those DEIs where it removes the language from the existing policy.
Do we need a motion to approve?
Yes, sir, please.
Can I have a motion to approve the list?
I'll move that we approve it as presented.
Do we hear a second?
I'll second.
Motion been made and seconded to approve the TSB update. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Next item on the list is to consider an act and order a notice of election of college trustees to be held on Saturday, May 4th, 2024.
So item number 8, you'll see the order of the election. As it stated, the date is set May 4th, 2024. So at this point, we just need the board to officially order the election. And it's going to be for places 1, 2, and 3.
Do we need a motion to,
Yes.
so we need a motion to order a notice of election for college trustees?
Yes, sir.
Do I hear a motion?
Also move.
I move that we go ahead and order the election. It's-
Anybody opposed? Do I hear a second? was a weak second, but you made it.
I thought Rogelio had.
I made a motion, yeah, I made a motion.
Yeah.
You made the motion. Who made the second?
It don't matter.
I already forgot.
We got both. Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carried. Now we need to consider act and set, time setting, act on a time to set, to draw places for the ballot.
Yes, so in the past, what we've done is set at noon or 5 p.m., whatever time the board wants, to draw places on the ballot. Let's see, the last day to, I need to pull my calendar. The last day to file is in February 28th, so
The dates to file to election, for the election are what?
I think they run through the 23rd of February, so maybe like the 29th of February. That way, we can draw a place and then get the ballots ordered. And so I would suggest February 29th at noon, unless y'all have a different time.
That's fine.
Okay.
In the president's office?
Yes.
Okay. We need a motion to set the time for the drawing of places for the ballot as February 29th, noon.
I so move to take the recommendation of the president on February the 29th, Thursday at noon.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded to set the time for place to draw as of February 29th at the president's office at noon. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carried. Consider personnel matters. The board will convene in closed session in accordance with the Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Codes 551.071 and 551.074.
What time is it?
To consider evaluation of president, employment-related matters.
Push your button.
I'll call the meeting back to open session. We have 2 items on the agenda. One is to consider an act on the president's contract. Do we have a motion?
I have a motion, and before I make the motion, I just want to make a comment. And I want to commend Dr. Gonzalez for the work that he's done for this institution. I think as a board, we're very happy the direction we're going in. I think as an institution, we're doing well, and I attribute it in large part to the work you're doing, Dr. Gonzalez. So thank you very much for what you've done.
I appreciate the compliment.
In light of that, I'd like to make a motion to set Dr. Gonzalez's compensation to the amount we discussed in executive session, or based on what we stated in executive session, and to extend his contract for 1 additional year.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion passed.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Next item on the agenda is to act on the interim nursing director. We have a recommendation.
Yes, sir. It's our recommendation to appoint Ms. Amanda Hadley as the interim nursing director.
Also move.
Do
I'll
we have a
second.
Second. Do you have it? All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Okay.
Anybody opposed? Motion passed. Is there any further business?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I would, give me 1 second. We had a request from Ms. Shackelford to close the meeting in honor of Coach Billy Jack Holbrook. And it's my understanding that he was on the football team?
The first football.
The first football team for the college.
Oh.
Yeah. So with that, we'd like to
They
close the
ran
meeting.
out of money.
What year was that?
So it only lasted a year.
Let me see if it's in
He
here.
had a distinguished military.
I can tell you, a little bit about him. He graduated high school, left for the Army, World War II, served in the 101st and 82nd Airborne Divisions.
Airborne.
Wow.
Was one of the 82nd Airborne paratroopers who jumped into Hitler's Eagle's Nest Mountain Castle hideout to capture Hitler. He was selected to be General Eisenhower's honor guard. Played all-star end for Eisenhower's Red Devils football team. First played Uvalde Junior College football team. Played for the SMU Mustangs. Went to Tulsa University. Went to University of Houston. He was a football coach. Retired in Barksville, Oklahoma. 30 years of coaching. So we close the meeting in honor of Coach Billy Jack Holbrook.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Time.
Any further business?
Now it's time.
I move we adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn. Do I need a second?
In Henry. Second.
Motion and a second to adjourn at this time. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Then you can leave. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Yes.